Hello everyone, my name is Austin and how's it going guys? This is part 2 of how to set up your MG10XU or other mixing boards for use with Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. As you can see here, I am in OBS Studio. This is the streaming and recording software that I use. First, before we can use our Yamaha mixing board with our computer, this is Windows 10, you have to install the drivers for it, and to do that, you're going to go to Yamaha's website. I'll link it in the description below. And you're going to download the Yamaha Steinberg USB driver for Windows 10, 8.1, and 7. And click here. They've got all their license agreements or system requirements. If you're streaming your computer, streaming or recording for that matter, your computer should be better than this, I hope. You're just going to click yes, I agree, and you're going to download it. I already downloaded it to my desktop. It's going to come in a zip file, just like this one. You're going to open it, open the file that's inside. You're going to have your installation guide in many languages. The release notes are going to tell you what's different. And you're going to have your setup, and you're going to want to click on setup. It's going to run you. I can't install it because my mixing board is currently in use by OBS, but you're just going to click on setup. It's going to run you through the setup. I'll let it install to the default location, or else I don't know what might happen, but just install it to default location. Everything's going to be fine. Once that's installed, now you can hop into OBS. Now your OBS is going to, in default mode, it's not going to look anything like this. This is how I have it set up for streaming. So I have my on break, my streaming, which has my overlay only because I don't have a game open. I'm just going to keep it here just for a nice background for you guys. So in OBS, you're going to have your scenes, which I've already run through. In your individual scenes, you're going to have your different sources. So in this case, I have my overlay and my background, which is going to be the background picture for this overlay. To the right, you have what they call the mixer, and this is where all your audio stuff is going to happen. So for now, I have my microphone. So, and every time I talk, it's going to open up in this. I just have it muted for this tutorial in this version of OBS. Then you have your scene transitions. I've never played with these. I'm sure you could work with it. And then you have your start streaming, recording, studio mode, your settings, and then exit the program. Today we're going to be focusing on the mixer section, how to set up our audio for streaming, and that's going to be through the power of the MG10XU mixing board. First, you're going to go into settings, and you're going to go into audio. Now, you're going to have a bunch of these different devices. I currently have the desktop audio enabled, my microphone input, then I have a second one for doing other sort of stuff like recordings. And then you're going to have a total of 3 mic/auxiliaries and then 2 desktop audio sources. Just for the sake of example, I'm going to set up number 3 because I've already got 1 and 2 set up. But you're going to want to put it under the mic and auxiliary because that allows you to input to OBS. So in here, you're going to have a bunch of different items. I have my art recording mixer, which we're going to use for Discord, so we don't want that one. The virtual microphone for Steam. I have 2 virtual audio cables on my computer. You're probably not going to have those. And then you have the line MGXU, and this is what you want. You want line MGXU, and that's going to pick up the audio output of your mixing board. Once that is done, you're going to click Apply, and you're going to exit. Now, if you come down here, you can see that you're going to see that my microphone is actually being picked up by the mixing software. So everything you do on the mixing board now, including your game audio and your music, is going to come through here. So I like to leave it at full because then you can adjust your audio level on the mixing board. But if you're finding your mixing board is coming in too loud, you can use the dial and you can change your audio, the amount of audio coming in. I personally I'm going to go up to my other microphone, my main microphone. I personally use some filters, so that's what we're going to set up next. And this is going to allow you to cut out any background noise, any line noise that you have on your microphone. And you're going to have filters. You're going to click on the little cog, settings, then filter or audio filters. And I currently have enabled a noise gate and a gain boost of 8 decibels. What this does is on the noise gate, it's got a closed threshold and an open threshold. So what this is saying is the open threshold will not open, so OBS is not going to pick up any audio that is less than 40 decibels. So if I'm talking really quietly and my voice does not exceed 40 decibels, OBS isn't going to pick it up. What that allows me to do is it cuts out my mouse noise, my keyboard noise, and the ambient noise in my room, like my computer fans. If I have my window open, it'll cut that out, so that way you guys can't hear it. The gain is an 8 decibel boost because the audio coming in from my mixing board is a little bit weak. So I have my audio inputs pretty much maxed out for my microphone. And what this does is it takes the audio coming in and adds 8 decibels to it to make it just 8 decibels louder. And that's going to make sure I'm not too quiet going into OBS. There are a bunch of other filters. You can add them by clicking this add button, then you have your compressor, gain, noise gate, noise suppression, and I don't know what that does. I don't know what that add-on is for. I haven't played with it. So say, for example, I want to add another compressor. I can change the name of it as testing, and then you can choose this little eye icon here. So if it's got the line through it, OBS isn't using that setup. If the eye is not grayed out, then OBS is using that and it's layering it onto your microphone. So if you look down here and I unmute my microphone, you can see that with these two filters on, when I'm talking into the microphone and I stop talking, you can see that the line is absolutely silent. But if I disable my noise gate, for example, you can see at this negative 55 decibel line that there's background noise, right? And when I click my mouse, you can see it bounces up like that. So with this noise gate on there, you can see that it goes all the way down to 0 and there's no noise whatsoever going into OBS, even when I click my mouse. So that's what these filters allow you to do. It just adds another layer of good sounding audio to your stream. You can play with them as you wish. For my setup alone, this is my noise gate and this is my gain, just to make sure my audio sounds this is where I like my audio. So you're gonna have to set it up differently. So yeah. Once that is set up, you're also going to want to configure your computer to output to your Yamaha mixing board. So how that works is your mixing board is going to end up being a speaker according to Windows. So if you come down here, you can see line MGXU is my output. If I right click and open sound settings, for example, I can choose my output device to be line MGXU. My input, I can choose to be my ART USB, and that's what I use because if your game has an in-game microphone, and especially Discord is going to use your default input device. So my default input device is actually my ART USB or my ART recording mixer, because that is going to cut out any music or games I am playing. So this is how I have mine set up. If you have a different USB input device for, say, using Discord, you're going to want to choose it here. But like I said earlier, I have the ART recording mixer, and that's what the output or the input device that I use. Now that you have OBS set up, you have Windows set up properly, you're going to now come into Discord. And Discord is can sometimes be a little bit finicky about your audio. So it's gonna take some tweaking on your end, but my settings look a little bit like this. So my input device is going to be my Art Recording Mixer 3. And my input volume I leave at 76%, so I'm not overdriving it. I can choose, when you're doing this, it's helpful to do the echo back. So you'll talk in and then it'll record it for you and send it back out to you so you can hear what you're saying. I'm not going to do it here for the video, but you just click this button and it'll walk you through it. Input mode, I use voice activity. You can choose push to talk if you want, but I keep mine on voice activity. Automatically determine input sensitivity. If you're having issues, you can set it yourself, but automatic seems to work fine for me. And everything else you can just leave. Making sure your output is the line MGXU, or else you're not gonna, if you have your headphones plugged into your mixing board, you're not gonna hear Discord. So just as a test, you can see now I'm talking into Discord through the Art USB, and if I use the FX send or switch, or the little knob that I showed you in the last video, and I turn it all the way to 0, you can still hear me through OBS. I'm recording through OBS, but with that knob, Discord is not actually picking up your voice. Now, if I turn it up, and when I'm talking and it stays green like that, that's where you're going to leave it. You can get your friends to help you pick the appropriate audio level for you. But you can see now that Discord is running my voice, and any audio I have coming through my mixing board is not going to be played through Discord unless you have the other MX or the FX knobs turned on your mixing board. So I hope that really helped you guys out. I really wish I had something like this for me when I was setting up my audio setup. This took probably about 3 months of trial and error and setting up. So I hope that this helped you guys. If it did, please leave a like. You can subscribe for part 3, where I'm going to walk you through setting up your actual audio levels on your mixing board itself and through your USB dual pre Art USB mixing input as well. And that part 3 is going to be coming very shortly. So if you guys also have any questions, you can also join the Discord server that I featured in this video. And you can ask a question. I will get back to you as fast as I can with an answer, or I will refer you somewhere that will be able to give you an answer. Or you can also leave a comment in YouTube as well, and I'd be more than happy to help you out there. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Take care.